An interesting new set of paintings that has recently gone up on the Himalayan Art Resources website is a set of 7, and we're calling them Mindrolling Jangter painting set because I don't know, and I have not been able to find, and nobody's been able to say exactly what a correct title for this would be, because it's unclear what the precise subject is. The set of paintings are 7, and they are very clearly Nyingma, and they very much belong to the treasure tradition, the Terma tradition of Nyingma revealed treasure. So there's 7 paintings. Now, the order does not appear to be clear either. There are inscriptions of each of the figures on the front, and there are inscriptions on the reverse of the paintings. Even giving the name of possibly the the commissioner, or the or donor, or possibly simply the person who blessed the back and wrote some verses of blessing as well. So we have 7 paintings. Now, the first painting most likely is that of Padmasambhava. It's very clear with Padmasambhava, Avalokiteshvara above, and Amitabha above him. So we have that set of 3. And then we also have the set of outer, inner, and secret Guru Rinpoche, with Padmasambhava as the outer, the general form of the human being. Then we have the wrathful Guru Trakpo as the inner, and then we have the female Sengdongma or Simhamukha as the secret form. So this is actually coming out of primarily Jangter, sort of northern treasure tradition. So that establishes where we're getting the Jangter term from. But then we have other figures. We have 2 forms of what appear to be possibly Guru Rinpoche as a peaceful figure, bodhisattva, peaceful in appearance, and the name is Chimegun, so it appears to be a Lord of Deathlessness, so possibly a Terma form of Guru Rinpoche as a long life deity. Then we have a second, which is called Totren Sal, which is a little odd because he's actually in peaceful form, again with a consort, and it's not clear what the function is. Then we get some rather obvious figures. We get a Krishna Yamari, which is very similar to that you would find in the Drikung tradition. And the Drikung tradition, Krishna Yamari, which is quite famous with a lot of art to represent it. It appears the Drikung one is also revealed treasure, and they have the same iconographic basic form, basic structure. Then we have the Hayagriva, secret accomplishment, which I think it comes from Nyemowa, the Tertan, but it also comes from Kirgangpa, from the Shangpa Kagyu tradition. But within the Shangpa Kagyu tradition, they also say that it's actually a revelation of some kind, and primarily it's looked upon as being a revealed treasure of the Nyingma tradition. 3 faces, 6 arms. It actually is the most common form of Hayagriva that you'll really find in Himalayan Tibetan painting. But then we have Dorje Trokpotsal, or Trokpotsal. So it looks like a Vajrapani. Blue in color, 1 face, 2 arms, holding a Vajra upraised, and a bell. But it's actually a wrathful form of Guru Rinpoche, and it's one that we find that was popular in the 17th century. Now, whether or not it came out of the Jangter, the Northern Treasure tradition, or whether it came out of the Mindrolling, I'm not completely clear at this point. Then we have another figure, which is definitely coming out of the Mindrolling tradition, and it's the Guyajnana Dakini. And we do have images of secondary figures of Tibetan teachers, and we do find Terdok Lingpa of Mindrolling. We find teachers of the Northern Treasure tradition from Dorje Drak Monastery, which is actually not very far away from Mindrolling Monastery in central Tibet. And then we also find images and we find inscriptions of Lelung Shepe Dorje. Lelung Shepe Dorje was a student of Mindrolling and his younger brother, and he was very keen on the form and image and practices of the Guya Jnana Dakini. And then we also find secondary figures that correspond both to the Mindrolling and to the Jangter traditions. So at this point, I don't have an actual name for this. If it is a cycle, a single cycle of Nyingma practice, I don't know at this point what the name is, but I believe it would be very easy to discover it with scholars who study specifically the 17th and 18th century revealed treasure traditions, for which we have a lot of paintings and artwork that represents those individual figures. So we'll leave it there for now. You can subscribe, you can press like, you can join HAR on Patreon, and you can also make a donation on the homepage of Himalayan Art Resources.